chin yo na tuan na be yen ke chang dan ya lik ber wanyo wada buru wel danyu ay din riang o chalon ror ko indor wada ko ka tem ne ro ke amit che ka di banji tangon na be ko ke Aken tia the pengen el panda tie beber loyum kawe kwa odia pion ya len ke wai don roke je panda dum kerom de tim kulai kudiat awai abak ne bai kale in chu kulim ya le waden konyal parte bai wala min la buchwe ker babai bai ya chakanya le kuin ya doni de yo ke beria du on cha baram kunyal go puti ke nwe la yum na nong tier de pocher loy pinda sadam gomora ke kin kalwa yen ke chang dam ya lit ye ko ba ka je pyo no wa ko pa no wa re ya ye ko e ken na be ye wo ir yo pyo wa ko ya pyo nya len ke ye wo I do na ro ke je pa da dum ke rong de tim ko lai ko dia wa ya ba ko na ba ka le in chu kulim ya le wa den sonyal parte bai gola min la butwe ker ba ko bai ya chakanya le kuin ya do ni de pyo ke ber ya du ya linda chin ke ya yin dal ke chi le ni nya yin ko ju to ber po cha bi ber pir open one ya linda pin cha cha wo ku bulo dio inchu ku chol damria kinya ling na nong riang de ngot ka che bete bai ku te pin bor dia te pia de indor tin o dia pio nya ling ke wai do na ro ke je panda dum ke rong de tim ku lai ku dia awai aba ko na bai ka le inchu kulim ya le waden konyal parte bai wala min la butwe ker ba bai ya chakanya le kuin ya do ni de pyo ke ber ya du kar pyu we nyanyen kanyale kan tga achira jo chen wedri bar bandi bawolo ne kare jo du da wa bulango go go piya kan pir kai pyo nyale wada chawa ja pi ko buindo odia pyo nyale ne ke wai do na ro ke Japanda dum kerong de tim kulai kudiat awai abak na bai kale inchu kulim ya le waden sonyal parte bai wala min la butwe ker ba bai ya chakanya le kuin ya do ni de pyo ke ber ya du
Yeah, Ria.
Chủ thể đi ăn đêm, audience.
Juba no.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. What the ditch.
Oh, wow.
Ayen, viewers, which you red. Want to apologize because what you ban what you go. What time be wabanone 12 o'clock Eastern time ko yataber East Africa. But what you ban what you go working on a little bit difficulty, technical difficulty. But show Abu Gol very soon. So share our show ko Abu Gol in 2 minutes.
Makundia de Jawa de na kwa ga chupal hay lay hay nyar man Jawa de buatul ni ga chupal akoma bi chawu da ba ko chol judan wa de kwa da yuni
Bị chia. Be show, be share to pages and their groups.
I got why me manare. I need to be when I will learn what you don't go out can we be there. I'll put up a dome to you. Bakunya, the Java again now, but you got Jubal. I'm on into my yard, man Java, the water, you got Jubal. Why you the barco truck? You done where the weather you knew for the chinning on a tongue. Oh, I don't want to bring why you jam there. I am Manare. I like you and I will learn the room for Jamia. I would tell you, I'm in Yar, which your baby, Medabai, and the Altag, the Armaquachi Gormat. Who you are, my you, you will be my yard, Maidano. Okay, no, I care, Jaluma, and the Lamtomaki. I want you on God, what you jam there. I am Manare. You and I will learn what you God, Jamia. I like, I go right with you. I would tell you about.
And we chu mot, we chu lora red, we audion ka boys of kuch, jaban ba badai, ba we ping ni cho loy ku ni mante, we chu mot, we chu welcome red, rin chen ka cho la yun mo kwe, na ke host of boys of kuch etana, ni man kola, kanto one Poma Bor Municipal Mayor, Lord Mayor Nhial Majak Kujela Engineer Daniel Riangamach, Koko Kega Tokanane Mancola, Joe in a buloy near Mancola, Kaloi Road by the Junub Sudan, Kami Hukuma South Sudan, Kanas Pelamayo. Non crisis juilo ro pane jongle goror kluar jongle not queen abo toward Juba now at still in jongle ko kanen ka bi wo jamtin ko to ne cho ni mante cho en bulo en tong jeng bada bi Nhial Majak abe summary cho lo ku ne mante below ba in English can be wide audience kwan ke boys of kuch can be ping yung jam watin so kan kana bi Nhial below ba ni chan chol But cái giam wo thì cái bi wo jam tin in cái cha ting to title crisis in jungle between SPDF and SPLMIO. Pan South Sudan a shooting a chen crisis a rujal nyal ne pe war chilo. Ku ke ka bo toward bor kan anong chu chben ku anong mobilization lo rot tong koy bor kan ne anong concern bi wo jam tin ye man te because tong lo rot ayu ting ke tong hukuma ken SPLMIO kan ne anong kabul weltin bad man tio and be Nhial Majak Nicolas Nhial Majak aba welcome be cho ke anong cho kana Daniel yang mach aba welcome can be cho below introduce or be summary cho below in English and be audio ko be ping ko bu jala wani cho da Nhial welcome to both of kuch in bayan pursa bara lo introduce ko ba cho yene lo ko ne man tay or man kola ba ku yem ya dur tong koy dai ba lo introduce ko ba jala duk ba question bagati welcome to boys of coach.
All right, thank you. We know Jamot and all the audience, the voice of Kuch. My name is Engineer Nhial Majak Nhial, a member of board community. We are standing here today with my brother, Daniel Riangmach, to talk about the crisis in Jonglei State between the SSPDF, and SPLMIO forces. And in the middle here, we have the board community, and the communities, actually all the communities that are in Jonglei, in particular, in the areas of the crisis. Our topics of discussion, as we have said, is the crisis in Jonglei State between SSPDF and SPLMIO. We are going to talk about its implication to board community and the neighbors for board community. How board community should not be dragged into the state war, because board community is a neutral neutral body when it comes to a state crisis. Board community has people who are in the government and members who are not in the government. And board community must not be dragged into this war because it has got nothing to do with board. We would want to condemn that as people, and we want to tell the wider audience of the Republic of South Sudan that board community must not be used in this aspect. Second thing, we are condemning those people who are using the historical events that have happened within board community, in particular, the 1991, where our people suffered the consequences of the movement, and 2013, when board community was battered as a result of the clash between the government forces and the IO forces. Board community suffered the most, and we have moved on from this stage up to date. But there are people in the state who are bent to use it as a yardstick to antagonize board community against the neighbors. And protagonists of all these problems most of the time are politicians, not the communities. So we want to tell you to stand warned, especially the governor of Jonglei State, Mr. Riagai Cook, Paul Nang, the SSPDF Chief of General Staff, and other people who are using divide and rule like Thiik Mayar. We had been talking about the crisis and board community and neighbors, in particular the members of the former board district. The Thiik East and Duk and Bor are sisters, and these people have suffered the same They have been suffering whenever any crisis happened. These communities suffered the same. So we want to tell the people these communities have got nothing to do with the state crisis and must not be dragged into senseless war. If the government is failing its responsibility to protect the people, then it means there is no government. And therefore, any other person who wants to take over the state is their own problem. It is not our problem. We must not take the bullet for anybody's failure. Another option, another topic of discussion: how board have suffered in the hand of the government of late. In the just concluded episodes of the issues of Red Belt, when Red Belt was stigmatized as a negative force, board community were terrorized. So board community were terrorized, and we have lost a lot of people. Now, if Red Belt is no longer a rebel group, we want justice for the people of Bor and the people who have been killed and the people who are still nursing wounds. We want to hold the state accountable for the crimes against humanity that they have committed in Bor, against the Red Belt members and against the innocent civilians of Bor. And the last part of the topic is going to talk about the responsibility of the fighting forces, the SSPDF and the SPLM-IO in our areas and also in the areas of other ethnicities in Jonglei. Every community in Jonglei must be treated as innocent and neutral, and the forces must not target any community in the areas of their fighting. So those are the points we want to talk about, and majorly our major topic of discussion today is to say Boer community must not be dragged into the war, because Boer community is a community like any other community, and the protection for the state protection or the community protection must not come from the community. It is a state responsibility. If South Sudan SPDF forces are not capable of protecting if there is anything that is happening in Bor or Jonglei state, we must not take that responsibility as a community. So I think I have introduced this. That is to say, Bor community, anybody, either within the Bor community or outside Bor community, must not drag Bor community into these affairs, because we have everything to lose for involving ourselves in this. And we have nothing to lose by not getting involved into this. Because what the issue revolving around this issue is that Bor community must not be antagonized against the neighbors against its own neighbors, because the state does not come for any community assistance. When Bor community had its own crisis, does the state forces come, even if they are in Jonglei or wherever they are? They don't come for the aid of Bor community. And so Bor community must not take the bullet for the state responsibility for protection. So, Comrade Daniel, I think I have probably talked about the introduction, and I would want you to add a little bit of it before we move to the full discussion. So you're welcome.
Thank you very much, Honorable Nhial Majak Nhial, former mayor. You have held that title. You still deserve being a Lord Mayor or being called a Lord Mayor, regardless of being a former. I will quickly introduce myself. I'm an engineer by profession.
Raise your voice a little bit. It's low.
Okay. Okay, I'm low. So my name is Daniel Yamach, engineer by profession. So you can say engineer Yamach if you want, you will. Former community chairperson here in Canada, and a concerned member of Boer community, which is my most important title. As Comrade Nhial highlight the topics. these are sensitive. These are things that concern lives of people. The lives of people are at stake, and therefore, this is the time to come out and hear your opinion. And I think Martin Luther King did say, in the end, we will remember not the words of our enemy, but the silence of our friends. So if you are a member of our community, you don't have to be neutral. You don't have to be silent. You have to come out and speak. Your opinion could be different from us, could be aligned with someone else, but at least come out and say something that will serve people. So I won't take long in the introduction section.
Comrade Riyad,
Yes.
you add your voice.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know why it's not picking up. How is it now?
It's better.
Yeah, okay, man.
Maintain high vocality.
Yeah. So I encourage the discussion. I encourage you guys to come out and discuss this matter instead of staying silent or not being on the fence. Yes, you know, people will take you however they take you, but your voice matter. So I will let the discussion go on. Won't take long in the introduction. I think you made it. You have highlighted some good point, and Engineer Nhial Majak have actually brought the topic of discussion, all the things that we have to discuss, and we'll just get into the discussion. And as well as those who are here with us, they can ask question. I believe they can send.
Okay.
Yeah, they can
All
send
right.
them later on. Yeah. So let's get into it.
All right. Thank you, Daniel Young March and Honorable Lord Mayor Nhial Majang March for the introduction. For this topic, for today's topic or for today's show, it is about the crisis that is going on in South Sudan, currently in Jonglei State. The show has been introduced, and we are now going to discuss the show in Dinka, so that because the show is specifically to Dinka Bor or people, the Dinka in Jonglei, so that they will understand what we are discussing today. So I'm going to go back and start the show in Dinka. I'm going to ask these two gentlemen some question about the crisis that is going on in Jonglei. So later on, we are going to summarize the whole show in English. But now I'm going to start with the question. Hey, in which a mod, which a lower rate, we view as voice of kuch, yak audience. Loy show da loy chair. Show a chapping, a chi Nhial Majak. Canary yang ma chi loy introduce. Kajam getting Nhial Mantai, a crisis in a rot, or a jag loy rot pan jungle. Nhial Manem, Yanem Tio. Cái chi war ka to pa ni chol pa jut ku war chi ni pa jut nong ka ju chi loy pan bor nong mobilization shooting or chuping cái chi pan bor chi chol ku tong shooting e tong yi hukuma South Sudan kene opposition ke to a political war ngi wa ka lwel so kan ka bane ti ran bane gole Nhial Majak in honorable Nhial etong lo ra man tio you think etong a political war or etong communities because anong ka chugating communities akor bi lu involved kan ka kor ku bu kan lo clear etong lo ra kan etong community or a political war.
All right, thank you, my host, Mr. Yuen Owino. It's a very good question. As well, Piet. Tong in a tarman theoke, a tongue theater is a political war. Why? SPLMIG in a governing body in the country, and SPLMIO are partners in the recently signed revitalized peace agreement. And their problems are stemming out from the issues of non-implementation of peace agreement by peace partners. These peace partners have members across all the communities in the Republic of South Sudan, board community included. If you go to the parliament now in Juba, we have members of board community who are members of the IO. If you go to the government of Jonglei, we have members of board community who are members of the IO. Therefore, and then in the same way, we have members of board community who are members of the IG. These two entities, plus other partners, have failed to implement the peace agreement. This is actually the genesis of this crisis. The two partners, they have disagreed in the implementation of peace agreement. It's up. So peace, a chica cockatine, ye government, a chol SPLM, IG, SPLM IO, adore a chica time, good organ a bay dore. Okay, garden gate. Jane Denato, who Jane Dengana, again communities, Katia. Timan deng wo ko IO pon kabor to kuma jonglei ko kuma dito junupe. Ke ko ga jala ke ting de na du kiti. Ka ken te ke ti a che ke la ke ka ga tiga lo ko lo ya ken ke lo iran lo ka ken ke lo ko iran lo ka ja lo. Ka jal ke karun mai. Ko ka to nan ko to sijini ko ka dan ko to bi. Wanan ko jamande ke dora ken implemented. Ine ga ler ke tong kuma ler ke tong ala tong na daga iglo rights ke na ke chi ka ta nya kine ga yen ke kini ye bor community bay no branjal ben ku chol bor community ku le we ke no on 1991 ko kine ka kar belwel kini 1991 one ko 1991 ke chol sim nasir faction ke en ga na ko unasir faction on na ko je ayiri ya gay ko ke a member of the sim nasir ku awo kina move kin wajal kina tere kin li wopi odri kin bor nyu bor ke governor war bien e kin men ku jeme we bor we ke no wan ina ga chobo chan yen wa ko pantuk ki wa cha no kin ko no ku chitong kitu ka chu pol because ji ler wo ko tin ga kenwer ai ko kare ko wo ai war ke jarot ku le bora ke kinu ke no ha ke chu ko kor bu ko no go yo ke ka ito nga doide ele du lel ko ke tujis ku ko bor akir mashakal ke de ra ke ka jelel ko bor ra ke ka bara lel mi ke la chira lo ya we ga ke chu no we ko du we ke chu no ri Kurana we ko du ran in gana we because a member of the leadership the kede chol Nasir faction ke chol sim Nasir faction in geto gonna react we in gana ko how proud was he to talk about this thing war benel do na ke go le anda ko bora ke kor ke bukula no go kene tui go yo ke kar ka kene kana wo bor wani ro da gudu pa ne tui ni ku ber wel ko tui ko bor ko duka ke no ka dia ku ke nin bor Ukalwel bunwer pe to akobo. Iki to leadership of simi jalwe ina buti ina bula no. Kuyen manena kwaja to bo. Ina riya gai ko. Riya gai ko gen gana kwaj because it in the leadership. Ukata bo. Ukalwel bata da goran weda pe. Ukajam gana bo ra kumai. So I alwel kene. A completely enan communal a political actor ka ken ke chi ke tan ko kala ke to chi ke tan bor community ara bor community chol grane bor community ye no era na bor community ko na la crisis le ke to kula ne be le ni wel bor ke ngab ko ken we mashakil lu ke face ko bor te dite wo chu ka jieng but na de chitong ki ben bor ke tong kor bor ding ran ji kon tem to wer tem Ben Bor ke member chama no 1991 ye ngaji bitim bila Ben Bor bu coin ko Bor ke cholngo SPLA che community che dinka SPLA wan tare ana ngi mi gnuer wana mi jurgol mi jieng ka kul jieng bargadal ku jieng da ku jieng padang ke to SPLA ga ben bi Bor bu coin ku ka community to kon der be wer be tem le Bor ne ana ngina ken weden ne nuer wel ne ber kin kontem wo ga yada wo kin kontem bu tem long ti dengan ge jieng da ta ga jieng Fiji tiyo to ko wo ga chu kor jor ga wo bu jieng Fiji la kon ngina ken jieng mal kal chu ko la kon wara met ko tiyo to yerul ga ke jol jieng jang ko ga yerul ko ga tie ai bu tor ga nuer jal pa ni jar bo pe tanke yugu tem bu kala kon jieng ka ti jieng padang e tong de tor ye ngatem be la kon so issue the jieng why jieng but jieng achiro to kon so we bor you stand to be baga ni pet na lo ke na jol ke nebes kon kula nebes kon le ko le wo ji lu mobilize ko la bor wala pe jo wala bor no ka kuma cha ga ju ga chi tuwe go bu kon ju dog the government cannot send a dog leave alone a person to come and help you example in Nyolo when they kill the people of Nyolo they dinga bor when the enemy came kichila Juba it actually passed through the army garrison next to the cattle camp. They told them na ndaki yana logo loy wala pejo go kuma ga yogo take na wule go page go kuma kuramtong go jenya kuma golo kanadiki le kanadiki janti ga buwai yan kiden e bor ga page kunek bor yugru ko na kuma ga wo ga bridel jana ke ga nyina kuma yo ko nyi chatin kulwa ro ga do ko ay ga moy ke chat chare o bor chana o bor o moy magere o chat chare wetio men ga na kokwa o ga che ne chin domran chi nyode o bor chi domran nyode ke kaler makama na chi won ki more than its value chi lum ko won yin ran ye ran dom we have the responsibility our ko bor but what le bo no le ho ko nyet roki non Junuba Sudan a country man tiok man jori yen Eastern Equatoria man jori Uganda yen ko bu no yo ko junubin including bor what and so I want to say what you do kwa akuma ji wo kwa ne wo ato bor war ne ko ma kwa joro tibek within Bor town kulu ko dizam ti robe jora akuma kule ake ko war ti an lu ga dizam ka robe kwa ci kule ko ken bay bi chuglew ko ka cha ko chin ga mukloy chan bi okla bay akuma robe jora akuma ci ko lu protect so we na cha ko lu ke kan antagonize against people who learn where ben bor kulu Angela Juba yenga bu ko we kwanye ke very well nuere kin mikala kana walk ken benbo recently 20,000 youth kenwer ke gawer ku lowa ke jila ber ku le benbo several time 2020 in particular 20,000 plus ake ben ku ga bu ke bor pe mu bi le nuere bo be bu dut bor marabu ko lo piat ngu bi ke kulwar ku chi ga dut ku jelga wan ko ke nak. So I don't want us to destroy our good neighborliness, to sacrifice it for unregretful, for unprotecting state. We protect. And this time I want to tell you, Wabi Ajam, we want to be recorded by history by saying all the negatives this government is doing. Not because we will be recorded equally when Akuma in Kuilu, who Akuma will from today onward. So I will board Latin. Kuma chi we kwon na tinga nuer ko bo man na le ye nuer le ai wo ina bo we nyai go kwon ku mi nyai ke chari ku yo ka kuma chi blue deploy within the community because ye ai wo ye le lan ka kare jenya kuma antin giri won mo tanin ke jenya kuma ben tian mi ti man chen we ma tiang yo ngen we ma tiang yo ngen we ma ren yo ngen we pokwao yo ngen we ke de chol ngo e ba chol ngo e pok tap e waj poked up, miti poked up, ku tongato pojut yung loy pokta loy pokta and set up so that buka take pokta kubu pan pokta brio now chi pokta brio ka bo panya gor kubi ku wil panya gor ko bo du bi guri panya gor chiman chega lu set up bor bi guri bor as communities we must tell them not to deploy within the civil population because they are the only target of the opposition forces, not our communities. And we must not pay the price for anybody. And
Ayen, thank you, Nhial Majak. And Daniel Ria Kabatich, Daniel Riangamai, do you think IO is going to target the civilian in Jonglei State, which is Koi Wintoke Dinka? Do you think IO is going to target them?
Eto alpedo ni kicha tiche banya yun makwe again anje na mari inja lejari chawa yen fursa inwa chobo voice of kuch wan le nyal ma jake ya da chani na chiranda ben live chan ba ben live e kole in mi ne ke ker mai you know ka che ker go do ker bai I hope and clear we know but
Ayen, in clear.
voice
yeah, in clear.
aiwa so in le nyal ma jak chan cha ben live in chiranda ben live ku ken ka en wa ni ke bore ke lwe ai cha gara ni che ben un ter ke ka le ben chan bu boys ke jwa so ina we no ke cha ti tongen cái chi SPLM IO chỉ lue là chi lue là wa chin tong one community what nang tong one akuma chi community kuma nang inwe akuma nang yen kuma nang idor en ke tande IO anang yen wa nang ibor wa nang inwe ka kul tong junub Sudan ta ti ba e ka ye ko ja lue la yen IO ye ko lue le yam ke bor ga ye brio yen man wo bai ti lekin ai en ka chai lwe le chai gam ti na de be bai be yo una chi bai yo ke chi nyal ma ja ki lwe ne yo ngena kuma be ti an ko chi akuma yen ko rai o to ngena lwe le ai o chai wo ke target de ye buor ka lo ko pe lo ko no ku du ku chi lwe li ai o ja ting mana to ku pin ba boy Eastern Equatoria bo Western Equatoria bo long go real yer ke bo tul long bor en ka ti ala tol bentiu ye bor ka kor ke ga wan ka dia wina ayo che
No.
bor e ke na chen bor kor bi ke ni bete ti chen en le ban ayo across South Sudan ye bor kor ke che bor kor ke ki a kor ba lel ki nan kor ba historical context ka kar ba bai na wina
Ayen.
historical context kar ba bai ke wo bor wo tor aya tinga ye lwela yen we ko cho lat we ko jama ya bora chiario ei wa chiario wo bo ichen wa ario tong ya ping tong a charali e 10,000 mi bor mostly 99% koryom in all it 11 to 13 battalion ke mi bor ke ga ke tar tong ku ke tar ke no e tar ke ya kuma da tiele e chi tar ke bo tong ya ping tong den chuo bun kenang wo ko tar wo bo en wo ngi yen tong chara be che man pi ore chen bo ra chen ka target ana war lor ye le gat bo le bo ku tong war a chara li ke ka mi
Di ramati.
okay okay ya ya le bo
Somebody jagar ko the boys do to pin.
okay ya le bo ke ka ngadi ke ka ran chal gra ma bi chori so yen da dial ga pin chana tong on a chara li ku to koryom awo wo bo wa ga ke lo nga chen wa ba target now cái kar ba be historical context cái lo ya kuma ran chol kire e ki chiran chol Jafar Nemeri che lo by the way Jafar Nemeri e kolon ne chene ting ke akuma ayuya on gol lo ni mo ku ko yompi go pa chala dom buma dom won chiri pi bor bo yi pagana mo mala bi rol bi kala dom go kiting la tong di tare ri joko go ting ke wan ju dam ke ku ba ayuya ku Sudan da do chen economic crisis a bentin kemani junub Sudan the same scenario economic crisis ku jala insecurity ay around all over the country go no well propaganda yen ba take it we man cha tim akuma lo ka akuma dinga ken alwel tienka ay commande nda yele wo yi karbino yi yen ko salva kir yi gara ay la ben ke wer ke dinga abi chen mo ndo to the first 5 ke pounding member so go akuma de Sudan go lwel yen we duor we lu ke elected lel ke duon war cha tor yi koro en ka kor ben dinga wo bi nyai to tin en ka chen ka bu wel nim kwa wela we nwer da wela we majority aku weli wa kuma iria ka ke ken wala iria ka jar ga bataw ke alternate members after that wela ye na lo we ngadi en ka chen yi abdala chwal en ka chen ke ni bu wel ka so it's the same strategy en ka kor bi use awe cái mane alo ke nwer en ka kor ban gon bi jor tong we ji wala ke jieng ka kor beno e jieng ka kor beno rhetoric divide and rule then jafar ni meri en ka berbe use ran chalki ya ga gamo bo war chene loy peace process we chi banang members lobby ya members ka parliament ka lu ka represented rin ka ayo che ba ya kuma nwer en so kene aya ne yo propaganda de dinga kenen kuler jora dadu jafar ne mere kula ken to ke ya ke wo ke te we wa sa ne ler kule ta muslimin kule le mani cha tin we muslimin alwel ga christian nga kor bi ba jor en ga chen ke chol jihad war en ga chen bi jogon cha ni jigen jihad war en ga bende cha na che kala mo blas le we christian nga kor bi pandon jor jihad war le holy war en muslimin ai christian ai kan no ka gorola nyar ba you know so divide and rule en ga lu kor bi akuma salfa ki en ga kor bi ya kalo the same textbook example the jafar ne mere well interesting thing rablo jafar ne mere means that defend akuma che bi jor ke chilan US so ajal ku ya daga lew ton chol ton balo ke jika man chena ting che bai US economy ku insecurity alo red bai abe jal piang tin le yen til le wen yen chol ton lakini daman en akuma gi ti chena akuma ko ka ber protected ku ka chin ke chamba ka ko ja nyot nga daman en be le la nge ber be pol bi nge be ten ja le ger ka akuma lakini abor ka ja ke che ke loy rote e ke chol tieta na ye cha ko de ke ka nyi ke lui we ke to tieta so el mem what they are you will discuss question de cha prolong cha du no ko
Ayen.
ba discussion de lo lo
Ayen apa ba tie Nhial in chale jaret in Daniel yang match. The same question about the Honorable Nhial. Ayen in Nhial, do you think this war, IO, do you think IO is going to target the Dinka, Kapanbor or elsewhere?
All right, very good question. About answered very easily. I would say no. IO is not targeting Dinka or Dinka Bor. Why? Because IO were terrain, one can terrain the thing. You ko jadom ku ka chi ke be no. A chi ke no. Na ye ko dom ku chi kenak. Mana to ka IO a chi targeting Dinka. A chi Dinka lui targeted. A chi Dinka chi be lui targeted. Example, in the list of the prisoners of war, Katong Pajut, Prisoner number 7, Emoin Bor, Ukachi Dom Kimugam, Pakin Gano. Why would the same forces of IO leave a fighting officer or Bor community or Jiang or any other tribe, captured alive and keep them alive, and to come and kill their mothers and their mothers and brothers and sisters in their residence, while they capture the enemy forces who are actually ethnically Dinkas, and particularly even Bor, and that person is alive. So nobody is going to be targeted. IO this time is showing maturity. And that is what I want to tell the same thing to the SPLM-IO and the same thing to the SPLA, SSPDF. Never target members of other ethnicities, as you are saying today, that the Nuer killed you people in 1991. What is fighting is not Nuer, is IO. And every community, even within Warap, we have IO. Are they ethnically Nuer? Are they Nuer by ethnicity? So this actually is a way to make sure the citizens of this country are turned against each other, so that we fight ourselves for the existence of the regime in Juba, a regime that has been hijacked by families, so that they continue to keep themselves in power. So can I say, Kiranak, Borato Kajigadom, Ringamun, Bora Bagalewe. Aye. So can I be a Kiranak Kayo? When Galway Rangakuma Benuer China or any community be China. You couldn't talk more than Intinigal Toroki. Be issued any state big Loroki. Don't fight within the communities, so that the communities don't fight, don't suffer the collateral damage of your fighting within. Don't deploy where the residents are. Bye.
Hey, and thank you. It's a good example. Ajagam, tong pajut, nong li so ko jui ta tin war en ke ana ti chi kana. Question gonna because li so pajut a shooting jeng ake juji particularly ko ke jeng barkadal ko ko bo rata tin including BR chi ka dom. Ku ko war chi ka dom ake dom ke je. Ku jela police a chu ka pinge jam token. But ke ga ken ke no ken yen ke an question chir kana ti ka bi walatin in 1991 event 2013 ku jela 14 16 ka ke event ke a ke luel nongen crisis ban chire ke man crisis ban 2026 damane yene ka yene ke e ko red chan be ka ping nong event chiro do 1991 ku chene bore chiriok nong ibene chiro lo 2013 2014 kwe chene bore chiriok but ay luel ki a bor community ki chi a bor town in a town hukuma kan kanene kanong ka ba gye wetin because yi bor yi luel kwa yi ko yi politician yi luel chuman warakol or chuman on 2013 adamana Lloyd crisis rod beno kai rom eke chilwela rate on Amar 15 December 15 e chilwel tin ku diara ka chika chiat ima didana wa ma didana malakal adier ka tonga ka ku kane e tonga che bay 1991 area ma char bo ki a bor community ene ba bano or ene ba moy wala SPLM a question kanin ka karwa te we kwa loko ba marka kaman kana 2013 because chan chao ba martin baden tong 2013 2015 to 2015 so e ben ka kero eno area jor ke bobor wala era jor ke ke for example 1991 ia bor kana nuer wala SPLM ne chi Louis split bagoli Nhial Majak.
Okay, anan ke kar choriak bo kwan beben.
Okay, hey, Noriaki Buban, 1991.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, yen a win a ko ke yen boy di ken ngade an jam nyala rete te nan yo gan jam nyala rete ko dia ga ko le la boy di ke benefit
Hey,
ya ping ude studio ich.
you know, okay, I think I ping in, but yeah, a little bit low, but I think,
Okay.
uh,
Yen ke ro lwele ga. Anjem nyala ret office ich. Ah, ke da ja be to ke na answer.
mm,
Kolon law is split rot. Riang ma chare chi yo ro ku le la bor community ya balan no. Chan yen chin ke ala nare ko ran chin cause. Ye lwele ye bany ran chol grang ma biure ne ko. So na ken rot pinga chan be yen bany kolon. Goro la ten ke ran kor be. Ake a mission den actually che bor ler ke. Ake chube te lwel ki biret bor bi get. Equatoria to an yen to mostly yen to Kenya scale thin. Uh, so what a collateral damage. Well, kuyuku part of Beneran Chalgarang Mabu, then a discipline Kaya Kuma. So a tongue Akuma can walk on. A chien where a chet of monkey manuari and Mulera Jorgula la Bora la page. Keneke chat getting. Kenaka Corbu. Now, this is not to say that I can walk affected. The walk affected. Right. Man ku butu walk we join it in it. Man ku it. Kia Jalwil 2013. Town Rio. A town Akuma. Chalbor. Cái chia cái war 91 ko war quen in bài the ben ku le wo di ben ya however in ke chieng bor ret wa che bor ka pe to mo jurban in ke to ti so ko karam kana ku ma to town go ku ba ya collateral damage to nga ku ma a che bor ke yo de ya ka we juba de la na bor na a ku ma ke ni so again wa ba ya victim the tong cái đây này luyện là na ram tuần cái rồi cái nổ này cái lui sao when two bulls are fighting so what be là a victim thing now nang cái car ba correct na a win but my
mm,
brother comment
Uh,
cái
uh,
tong này cái bor
excuse me, and the power bank, by
okay
okay,
I just want to get a power bank because telephone your cord blocking. It's showing red.
okay, okay,
okay
no problem.
anang cái car ba correct a win
Mm,
nang cái nó bor non where a to kra na ban pio to ko pio da re na yu ku lwel wo bor we la ram ka che chu lwel lo ku gur lekin ki ra jalo Yung yen wo gur ka to ko ban to bi nowhere kanang cái đền tè ku bo ba na pin yung chen wo ba nyu ti ko war nyu ju wo kar mo le kulel ku wo bo kre nowhere special law nowhere kan ga wer ti kan wo a wa da je or gu do ber ku tong da wir ber ku tong da mar ku lo nyu do yung na chen nowhere ti tong da wir cái bo tong wo cái wo bo tong ko ya ja gu chi ti chen le ka che tong da wan we bo kuna yu ko wa de chan na ku mai bi ti an wa yi ke pel abdi ai gen na ko che nang terwa ko chunya ko chukor inge ko cho jaman 2091 2014 below gor 2016 a chukur biru da loy kuna jo ga pinge ke yugo le len wa lo ko ja jar ke ko ji ba kwet ke imna na abdi ai ko lo rat a wino ko ja abdi ai gen
mm,
na ke a chukor ke ne ga chukor chan wai no ni blo ja tum riat pinya le kam ke we tar ke we di nang ya kuma ke ne ayo ka nen wer nang den le enga
mm,
ina ting war ga an video de wel kulela a lui ke ba kwetet ajak man bor to
mm,
akumai ke man bor to ke a je war me cha to akumai rana la thor tar ga akuma tar ga na yo de kin wan ma dien Chima no wani baba ko. Chia to ka kuma ka yu ta ba. A cái den nye ba dang liu wo mo ya ken kan pyo. Be lui manu ba. Ya cho la to nga ka na tong da ba ba. Ken da ba ya. Yo nga mana da tin te. So en ke ti an en kere nwer yen tong nwer yen la duo tin. A chan bu ko cho wo. Bi emotion ko. Bu ke jar nya. Kuna cha emotional. Cái in chit ta pet. So cha kor be tong cái nwer chiro loy work be ka use. Bên cái emotion ko. Bên cái hai ba chan bu la tong. E chia yi gan. Tong da ku chu yui re. Chứ man chen cái kwe de ka nwer ka. Ka yui ku ko to. Ko wo bo ku na ku ko chi cha ka wo pe wo bo. Cha na wo mar wan pi ku duk. Ka wo nyu pi wa dia ka wo to ma. Man na bo ga ro ba cho. Wa ke ro ti ja pe de la pi le tong. La đúc le tong ya đó. Akin a chu ni je kuna ker ki duka baka bija duka nang de tinen ji dam na man kulel twi an ti lo chan twi da ro chi ba chi ber chieng ade na man tio jel ki ke wa ka bu bro be tem ke bo ko bak pin yung jen wa ga de yung en wa emotion cho jarwa an wer wa no 91 wa no 2014 wa no 2016 yen kan kunom ka nganom ya ga na we ya ga bo ku riya ba so ke angon e na lel do ke kan nom kwan ku we kwan chả có riêng bài thì bên nào cũng mát phao bài đi học của bây giờ bên nhụt chân hoa cái này chú man vậy chứ mình chả nó man này đó ôi nhụt của lô của tròn là duy của lô của này ina wino in get ya
Yeah.
and cái đồ đồ thế này
Hey, and thank you. Niara ngorwe ku the same question of niara babudunum, but an benang follow up question but yin. Kulwa nang cho chaloy. Cho chaloy kere mobilization chol. But the big yen ke jam watin. Na board community. Leaders ka board community. Leaders ka youth ku leaders ka community. Nong ke cha luel tin war the same related kana but anong ka kar bati specifically level board community be use be chol be mobilize ku bla rom alongside or below yene tok te nong ayo una loya below tong ayo walk oh niale okay ban sorry I jolly temwe na loya e chini ale che lwel won ne le tong len coach or le batijela do you think man tio le hukuma le ren bor ye bor le ga kon wala ko ro hukuma
yeah a good question
Chen,
ni alin
nyal cho ben
batija
cho
ko
du
ne
ko ne
ngot la ra yin ga jati
okay.
ai wa so con nó cho du question ba jal ga ba du ke ro ala ayaro a wino chor da ne a chulwe bor la ka rom alongside akuma và chú lùi bùa lo rắm kì alongside IO chia cổ đa gần ấy lùi tròn này chia tròn đuôi ấy tròn ảo kuma cái cho kuma là bùa rồi mà này giá cái để đi rồi ai chia bùa cái lệ cái coin cái để đi là lo bị chú lục bị gì bay vô chú lục đó là gió đi chỉ cán tem mà rồi chẳng bị vô coi như một lệ à kiến cán tem được akuma là bùa rồi là coin na ba cái bùa rồi cái Juba en cái musul kuna lek la Juba kulega akuma lum cái jam chiri jam ware lol gal ko e chiran ke berbe ta akuma le lo ro kon che bor ga le kon so e ke le ba ngadi ke le ba dai
hey and thank you Nial Majak welcome back question ne cha tie ngade ne ku jelintin in 1991, 2013, and 14. Etonko kege etonko bor, wala etonko hukuma.
Yes, thank you. Very short. Actually, one month, Daniel Bear. Actually, in this aspect, Boer community had been a victim all along of circumstances, not anything to do with Boer community being invaded. But Boer community is fall as a victim. They are facing collateral damage. One thing, our government in particular has the trick strategy to ethnically think that every crisis an ethnic inclination, and that makes sure that actually put communities who are minorities in the region as vulnerable people. So it was not only Boer community on ethnic element, Chene Tautin, Chene Lula Riek Machar Regard, Bunwer Riek Machar is ethnically Nuer, any other Nuer is a rebel. So, and feel threatened. They also killed any other Jiang that is in their neighbor. And we, the Boer community, are minority in Jonglei. So we were killed. That time,
Yeah.
John Kumunywan and Senmar, Kekake Bany, and they were in Boer. And to tell you, Nanadaka, that it was not ethnic crisis, John Kumunywan, after Senmar defected, John Kumunywan remained as our governor. And he's ethnically Nuer. And they were Nuers in the government. And they were living with us in Boer even after the crisis, after the people of Boer were ethnically cleansed as Dinkas. Because the Nuer think where they are minority, they were also ethnically targeted. So they come and do what? They cannot go to where the Dinka is a majority. So they come to where Dinka is minority and cleanse them. So we don't want this thing to happen. And I believe very well the same thing happened in 1991. 1991 is that Garang Mabur is a Dinka by identity. And by attacking his homeland was like a revenge to make sure Garang Mabur and the forces of it was a strategy actually to draw back the forces from fighting the Khartoum. That was a strategy done by Ria Gai Kok. Ria Gai Kok were the architects of this. So that we don't capture Juba. So that the forces are withdrawn from Juba. They attack the community where the leadership of the movement came from. So the forces of the SPLA were withdrawn from the front to come and protect the communities that were being cleansed. And a Boer community suffered. Okay. So in that aspect, here Boer community are suffering collateral damage of ethnicity because our Banko, very good. Banko, I crisis will be ethnic. So that government of South Sudan failed its responsibility as a government. But what they do, every time they have anybody facing it, then they say, Akuma Jiang, let the Dinka fight for it. We as the people of Boer, as I told you, Boer is not an island from the Republic of South Sudan. We face the same crisis of the failed government, the failed regime in Juba. Like, for instance, citizens are not paid for 2 years. Are the citizens of Boer being paid? Are the citizens of Boer being paid so that they can fight along, so that they can fight and resist any forces that say that the government in Juba is failed government? So what is the justification for our involvement? If the South Sudanese people are fed up with this government, then we cannot protect it. What about if the IO later on take the state? What? And we have made ourselves to be the enemies of that force. So we have everything to lose. But by not aligning ourselves with any force, Boer community has nothing to lose by not participating as a community. But members of Boer community, we are not saying members of Boer community who are in the SSPDF don't fight. If you think that you are being paid, then you can protect the system. But Boer community does not get any payment. So Boer community members who think this government is good, who are members of the IG, take the weapon and go and fight.
Yeah.
Who are in the army, take the weapon and go and fight to protect this system that we think is others think is a failure. Me, as for once, I think that we are like any other South Sudanese who are thinking that this government is failed government as a person. Why? Because the citizens are not paid. The citizens are not protected. There are no infrastructure in the country, and we have been here for over 21 years as Salva Kiir president. 16 years, 6 years, and 15 years. If you add them, they are 21. So another question, do you think the government is coming to Bor to protect Bor or to protect itself? Obvious. Yeah. Government is not coming to protect the people of Bor. Does it protect any community? Say for once, which community? People are killing themselves in Barghazal. Does the government go and protect them? When the Abiy people kill themselves with the Twitch.
Twitch.
Did they help? Now there are crises between the Dinka Bor and the Murle, between the Nuer and the Murle. Do they intervene? They don't. So them coming to Bor is that the IO is going to Juba to topple the government. So the government is protecting itself, is not protecting Bor, and that there's not an iota of protection of Bor. So whatever they are saying, Bor cannot be done again the same what it was done in 1991, in 2013. It's a ploy to think that we are stupid. It's actually an abuse for Bor community, that because others would say tomorrow, when there was problem in Bor, we went to protect you. Don't protect us. We have said now, anybody who is in Bor land, leave. Go to wherever you come from. If you think that this thing is not going to Juba, go and wait in Juba. If you think this thing is coming to Bor, then you go to Juba or go to your areas and wait them there. And this is a mistake actually of what was done by the SPLA commander, the SSPDF commander, when he ran from Pajut. He did very well. He did not stop. He did not stop in Duk. He did not stop in Panyagor. He came and stopped in Bor. Why did he run all the way to Juba? Go to Juba. Yeah. So anybody who is coming in the name that you are coming to protect Bor, don't protect us. We don't need your protection because you have never been protecting us. Even the forces of the government that are in Bor, when we are attacked, they don't go. I, for once, as a mayor, I will tell you by example, areas that were targeted in Bor and in our neighborhood, there had been several attacks in Duk, where communities were killed, children and women were abducted. They did not go. Same in Twitch, particularly in Mar area. People of Mar have suffered. They had been attacked several times until they are displaced. The government doesn't go. You come to Jele. Jele was repeatedly attacked. People killed, children abducted. And the enemy stays in the community for a full day. And the army is in Matiang. The army cannot just go to Jele for 15 minutes. They are already in Jele town. Because it is targeting Bor, why do you go? Come to Baidit. Baidit was attacked several times. People of Baidit have suffered. They have been killed several times. And the government forces are in Bor. Others are in Matiang. Others are in Gadiang. They cannot come and protect them. You come all the way to the crisis of Kolnyang, when Kolnyang was attacked. I don't want to mention Nyolo again. Nyolo was done actually next to the army garrison. And they dug themselves in. So do they protect people? They don't. So it is a lie to think that you're coming to protect Bor. If you are protecting Bor, please go back.
Thank you. And question at the end, na nong chawan maybe could be one of you a little bit clear kubula. The last topic then ben wajam tene kana red bell. Nongan ke jedonga kana kunong ka korbiran diet kalaba diet.
Anang kara but yet okay, just to address anang about yet. To address my brothers to comment section. The car ba lel ga winner. What jam why me bo. Watching political affiliation chukalwel jam da yetu wen. Kya na lwele ya. Aye ko lwela lega ayo chete bo. Yugla lega ayo ayi ngaman. Yu yinga ayo. Nang di china ping cha lwel tu na ayo. Aken lwel. Kuya ka tong wo pyo do ade man ya ayo ye bor na ka na o to je bor. Tong da. So ayo ayu ni kena wai da mi de. Ka e chol ngo group ken chat ke. Ab dial ben bor. En ga en wo lwel jal ka bor. En ga wo en wo lwel do ka tong do ka ken. We mi bor. We china mana ti. Na tiem je. Jen cha da ba. Kena dang ka dia. Ke yin wona ka lan do yin ga bijara la ka ngana mi de man bor. Ma in bitom ka je be ku le ki ke la. Inga en wo lwel la ko nyu we ku. Chana yu ni ba be dia ga riak ba je man war chen en ba ka na riok. Be dia ga riak again. Che wo be gel. Wa chi riel ben wa gel man. Kuna yugu ga chu man en ga na lwel na jogu nyu pin ku jwer ku tong da ko wai bor ku lokon mer ya la wa jel ba la tong la tor mi ke ni ku diar ke ni ke na chu pin ke ngu no so
And that
ke
is
ne
the
ke ga
point.
ba ye
Now, that is the point, my brother. Kubujala, move on. Don't ever mention issues, Kabur, whenever you have heard that maybe a Nuer or any other person is coming through Bor. If we have grievances with people, why do we wait for them in our territory? Iran jamna ande kadang ke kor kubulo wan Nuer. You call them when the Nuer is not coming because you cannot revenge what was done to you by fighting the force. Juir ko bar ku choltong ku juer Bor ande wo jikano 1991 to 2013 look Nuer. Because Nuer echi wala no pande bo no panda. And kor ba gur bola page ok manan chano ko page. Lui Bor convince nana ande ko wo kor bu gur dang Nuer kula Nuer.
ku jor ku lo
Kwache bajal ti chen ben. Ba toro na mit ku ye ngake gur ya. Are we really ye tangda wo Bor kana? Because you have everything to lose. Dong na rem pandu, kitingdu, kumendu, kutoku, kwa
me du
jitu, kuutku. Atoten.
ari
How
okay
do
ne
you win there? How do you win?
yeah
That is the reason why we have lost this battle all the time, not because we are cowards. But if you think that both community need to wage a war against any community, you call us to go.
ku wa bala
Call us to go. Bay Benjamin, Kumon Borjigam, a blue in the Ulkani.
Ayan. Waje Togotan, thank you so much. Na explanation cha lo in a crisis lo reduman theo. Topic gonna be wala tin red bell. Nong issue which ban be war red bell. Red bell don't walk away bor or war you walk up young tin. Kalwel bany bor. Red bell midwen chiro juir can be ko wena pan bor yote or ka ken jor ku ko mi ba yi ke beno e gurum chira jor ke be ke atit ba ne daman tin war e ka chi hukuma so Sudan a che ke be lebol ke le yi ke rebel a ken kana nong chen je be be bor war kwa chu ting ka chi je che ka loy good be deputy red bell e beno kolwar I can question bagati tong week because I aga thing are related. Abi are related can crisis bokana. So a tong week we coach Benjamin in honorable Nhial ko inchi dilu pros or maybe in into.
Anto, I.
Okay, into. Honorable Nhial ko jela engineer Daniel Riangamach. Crisis war red bell. Ichi hukuma ichi war red bell. A rebel group. before banner ben wa ban te chen talk tin ya ga tin ke red bell yo rebel group le che rebel group.
All right, thank you. You know what? There is this popular saying, if the hyena doesn't have anything to do, if the hyena is hungry and want to kill one of its own calves, first of all, it accuse them by smelling like what? Like goats.
Like goat.
So that the hyena will have a justification for killing its own child. That is what the government did. Government actually labeled Red Bell as to maintain separation of a Boer community. Because we are the only community in the region who are not armed. Every time disarmament is done, is Boer community is disarmed. The government does not want Boer community to have weapons in their hand. So it was just said Boer community has a group called rebel that are armed to protect Boer. The government doesn't want anybody that is armed that is very near to the state capital. They are happy with the Cobra because Cobra is very far out in Pibor area. And they use them if they want. They are happy with the Gwelet. They are very far in Malakal. And they use them against communities they want. They are happy with the Bushok. They are happy with the White Army. Because you see them most of the time where they would take a lot of things to the leaders of White Army so that they can use them any way they want. But now the White Army does not want to respect the state. So Boer youth were not a rebel, and to say that they were not a rebel, this is the reason. Justification is this. When we were rebels of the Republic of Sudan, if you were to grant Dr. John Garang and his leadership amnesty, what we call pardon, would they go to Khartoum or would they go to Juba? Because they were pardoned. Because rebels have an aim. That they have an aim. That aim must be fulfilled for them to do what? To go to Juba. So, Anchirani Yog Balwe Tongian, I am a rebel, Red Bell, I rebel. Not a rebel. The Kachilibaga Pala Winduan. The Yinika Korba be Pala Windu, Bajala Kuma, Ki rebel Kora Kumaga Kor. I keep by Yogi Pala White, Angela Rokina, a white, into Tuchi, Yinga White. So it is a reversal of logic. But when I'm rebel, I take a pardon. And then they come to Juba. Like because they was with the people, he had never attacked anybody. With the rebel. Who was not in Boer. He has never attacked any government. They were attacked. 3 of them were killed. The first child that was killed was Nyuan. Within a child Manyuan. Manyuan Jongarang or Manyuan Jongarang Egypt. Manyuan Jongarang was killed. The deputy was killed. And then Nyantina Chola Chue. Nyan Maluid was killed. Chue Yuen, I think, was killed. And other people were injured. But when they saw that the true God, which is the IO now, is coming, so Red Bell is no longer a target. They want to say now Red Bell start smelling like what? Like the hyenas. So Red Bell, you got accused and Badang Chong the Ken Kako Corman the Chuerka Con Lil Mandy and Wait can be Chuer. But I didn't land in Chuer. Command the Wait, where can I ought to get a target again? Kijalting the target in at Golele Red Bell go and Mitya Bucker. Kukaka Chuerka Warakul Akachikanaki. Kukachi get Cholman I and way to but when we don't want Baloku to Gapi. Kukachi going no. Koken war no. Where is the justice? You are talking about atrocities committed by the opposition in Boer. You are saying that atrocities were committed by the IO in Boer in 2013. Atrocities were committed by the government in Boer in 2025. You have killed people. And people were killed. You saw the paramount chief were saying that in that period we lost 21 people. We need these people to contribute. Enga bapung den tijai wo bor. Kan ka pu. Kan ki ton kwan pu. Chan bajal jamada red bell. Abu incorporated into SSPDF. Red bell have been traumatized, targeted, and killed. Along with the Boer community, like Tindi were traumatized to Monam Dang because a man Boer, a man red bell. Now you think that we are friends? You must be stupid to think that we don't know your tricks. You think that Boer are good nowadays, Boer. The other time when we were being killed here, did you, as a country, did you even give condolences to the families of those people who were innocently killed by stray bullets? You use the RPG on innocent civilian because they are members of Boer. You want to kill one red belt, that Lengmame. You want to kill Lengmame. You use RPG to target members who are eating, who have got nothing to do, even they don't know who is eating with them. Use RPG against them in a restaurant where everybody is eating because they are Boer. You don't care about them. Do you have a duty of care? It is not an act of a state. It was an act of terrorists. You terrorize these people. You terrorize people in the name that Red Bell is here. You want to kill the single leg. You use an RPG in restaurants where people are eating. You don't care about them. These people you want to say today they want to fight along you. You must be insane. You must be stupid to think so. Yes.
Ian, no ka ba Martin in le riak.
An cái gì ba Martin của ba cho chép.
Ian, well, come on.
Honorable Nhial là exhausted. Ba lue là anang mo ni rebel chol comedian feel good. Nhẹ cái. Nhẹ cái đâu vậy?
Yes, and you go. Is in Eastern Equatoria.
Rebel của ba lue cái anh bé nhá. Yor we cái nó có cái ngoan cái diak. Ku ger wereng de. Ku toy bi ku lue là an. Kor ba kuma kira kar ba gira kuma ji chuja rach. So aspect rebel a declaration though kuma achi dismiss uka kor ba kuma be jor ran jale ma me na wereng den cha yo je gor en ti chena to kan giri jam de ni jam tu na de an kor kuma ki okay token comedian feel good na ngon ti ken chen ko jala tai ku moi pa ken ko ken ka dia ena cái chen ki ran chol leng ma me chen en kan lo ken ye yunde kolan chan bi mal wali cha bi attack ka ani anan ye jal kwen ke ko de le yong en ke ben den ken bi a chat me dani ku bi a chat madina ko be ra won to be ken ke tin ke ga won to yi mer ken ke tin ken ba de so na yi ran ba ti ko kin che be ben pan won ba bi cham kuin che be ben won to du
Ku nguku ye tiro ki ilo nga.
ye ngu chena kuma lon ti go lo chan bi rir be ken ni ken so kudu ne akor ke akor du ga wino I think definition the rebel to ken leng ma me ken group de ne charan be excuse me chi honorable nyal Majak lo a ko kor ko be ke use especially ran war chi ben ba ni wel kor bi insecurity bi nya ye lo group me lo ke ga ra na nye ke man na na ke man yung rebel chi lo ko ke rebel che ke garam ke no man che ke ka chi wore ke na gor che ke angwan ku yiki diak man comedian feel good ka gar worang de gulel ba kuma kiru nya chene ra ne chol so labeling was politically motivated women then che go fake nin kai che justify men de chen we example ko get tero ku tok che kana che ka bai chu go mana
And we demand compensation for those people who were killed and wounded.
And accountability. Cuman jera na bay comment. We demand accountability. Luel ke na gango. ke mi the red bell
and
ka
the
kena to
community.
kan gir ko to kulwelan an nya kuma ki lwelan gel panda ko ju chan ba kina kuma gel ko ye chan cha kuma challenge da kuma kin ran che ba gel ene awan akor wa accountability wa ken gwa ma ana kuma kere mi ga
An addition.
Come on.
Reason as to why they took arm to protect their community. One example is the incidents of Nyolo and the incident that went across the Bor and the greater Bor areas. People were targeted and killed Kwachira and Ben. Incident that happened in Nyolo, at one thing, cattle were rustled and taken away, passing through from central Equatoria all the way to Pibor. Akuma liuten, akuma boglu ma okala kaigala tinga la kaiga turke kwatke, akuma to akuma kilo. One example, a certain cow was taken, a bull, a cholma workwet, mi orane chol monchol anyang monchol. That bull was taken and brought back by the criminals under the protection of the state. Wong mior. That
Yeah.
Quite. Mior kene. Mior kene. E peti nyolo. Kubi kueche su tie chol mogre. Under the protection of the state security. Kumior chirani ni yungui bianyang lo miore achen koy no. Kuran che koy no yen e benega kwatida kuma. Akuma chi akuma majrimin manu. What is the difference between a mujrim who killed the people and took your cattle? When a thief come, having killed a person, having taken your property, come to the market being protected by the state, and then you are forced to buy your own cow like Anyang Monchol did. Bob Dizzy, of all people, had to buy Mawarkwet. From the criminals, both the state and the rest and the raiders. Ke lumke then can be rooted and chico can be by tangakuma can majirimi. Palero kuma ya kuma, chi majirimi. Now you majirim Thiik, okay, kwelke kwachengara no. Where is your accountability here? And you are talking about 1991 to 20 accountability for 2013 to 1991. And you killed the people recently. And you don't want to account for them. We are asking you for an apology. Kujalake koke bagalaude, bagapu, and be accountable for any other atrocities you do elsewhere.
Thank you. Hey, question nene bi wato kubo bu jalo summarize. Now Red Bell achi hukuma chila ngadi war kulel ka achi rebel anymore. Kuke ka beke integrated into SPDF. Eman Theo ilui ke integrated into jenyo hukuma South Sudan. Ke nga ubai ba log tit kachir ka ne jaga luel incident Nyolo ku kachiro loy bor from chwe ke to chwe ton inga buka ba log loy or lebut linga ma me le ba la duk belo no ba loy riak
okay to alpia dare ketwenga wino ayuku kan and personal I rejected outright. Means I very chala jeje. Alone denti a chi lew. Man tin war chal ton kwan. Elon ye loy un ter again. Ku ka bi ai ga ton tin man. Ka we man da cha no. Kwa cha gwa be le ka ke chere bo. Ayen we a la jeje. Ku ka ken we ga accountable yen man. So yakin will ka be yen de man. How do you explain that? Ayen walk e kare de chin ki ka tawa ku metin dien cha pinga ke ina wino alwala le ke chula jam e chan le ke ina san ku ke straight up kit man e Alo ci lwel wa ci lu mer ke ya jeje. Lwel ci lwel gen. Na ci ro gal be nge gere ka to. De kin ku yu ku le ke mi red bell yu ku lwel we ci lo jeje. We ti pan don tin man yen we ci le rier ke tier ba. Tier ke pan don. Wa cha ti te jen jam le thor kana kuma. A tier ke ran jam ke pan bor mi pan bor ku mama dun to ba. Ka men kui ko yen le na. Ka tier ke yen. Ai bi cái bé bi cái một lệ cái chè là bên cái ran là một giếng đó cái chắp ấy so cái này trên wa messenger integration là chui can gặp chu gặp chai gặp mày personal cho nên yêu nhị ka kuma để tiệt coi chỉ ran lộc bài thì còn anh em mình chỉ là bé gam bị bài ati cái trên cái bé cho lao của mày now excuse để chỉ bé cái ba này nó quen điên ăn mà đấy à win cái lưỡi là ayun bo kuleki jechi ai cả bên đang là yêu cú đang cái bên cái rồi betit apiat kawar pia ke jor war madi war ke war le ko from door to door national security ken je door to door ku kudang ben kan ga ting war ken ga nyo ye dang da ke le la bu ba ala lo wa ke berwe nang dang te ya dang kon ga bu la do wo number 1 number 2 ke kulon tong ku ka bi nyal ma ja ga le la chane to tong 2040 yu de chi le la kwan ka bai kwan ki je na kuma ko yu go tong mang ku bi bo ko pier ga ko da le pa nyer ku gam ga dan a we no chi bla la no ai bedel bena kuma ga chor her pa de ni bai ge ku ka ta we ri ti biro la ping pa nyu chi ba bla ba ke da nga kuma je ya ga ma bai na wa da nga kuma che ga ma bai chi ga ngu le je la te dun ja ta ba ko du lom ku je tem we ti ba la yong ni ra bu bu tong tong ya ku bi la du ba pa duan ba ba ge no aye gam ku mu chok be ni use ai chi gwa la no ka kwan ga de bu ba la ya ran de so excuse cha excuse lwe la kuami ko ala tin burut bet yang jeji wa mi bor bu panda bege elbet e kero duom ka kene e kero duom ka chin ke pia to jeji chin ke cham te ku ka che bai de so yo ma di lwe la ke ba di in in babarin honorable Nhial lakini kar ba lwe la dizama men rolo bor tene awo wa mi bor wa ka lo che kwal ma nyanga lo yo kolan chani ma ka wa chiro da war thio war cha tan pe je ber ba ba choli akuma chani ngwa ma apiat bukala die ku bo ku ber mi bor ko ber ga ba bi ba ni da man da mi ku ber ba le lan ber dan ka mi bor ba ba la do dan ku ke wa ji ko kolan chen le la wa la be go le la sultan tok ko be ayu no dang di de wa ji go ko kur wa yu ne chan ba dia sultan ku yu ku dang di tok yu ku wa ba ko ye ben anga ku ye ko bu war de kolan le wa be nang một vài thì cái li yung ena aku mai ko la yenda aku mai jedang da be aga ma bai na we okay a chin kra duom ber be te ko ni ba ja liu
Thank you. The question was, Red Bell kulel keke ngobay loktit. Actually, is the government does not care whether you are protected or not because it's their responsibility. Their responsibility is only to survive as a state. One simple question is, if you go join the SSPDF now, what is the incentive? And why now? Why now? Why now? What is the incentive now? You want to take people to the SPDF? All the SPDF members you have, Bor included, do you pay them? One simple question is this: you want to recruit more? You have failed to pay the one you have for 2 years. These soldiers don't have money, and you have not catered for the needs of the ones you have, and you want to add more. Why? So if you ask yourself now, as a member of Red Belt or member of any community, you want to be conscripted into the force today, the incentive is what? Is death. What they will pay you is death. And then let me tell you, the people who are taking you to war, let me tell you the glaring failures. If you ask the chief of staff, who was actually parading his forces in Ajare, in Baidit, and poked up, you ask them now the number of the forces he has taken there, he would probably tell you what was given to him. That say, indeed white ali, indeed not Mitei. But he doesn't have these names. He doesn't have them by name. And let Paul Nang tell people, if he knows exactly the name of the people, let him show you the file. Because the file would include particulars of you and your next of kin with their telephone numbers. He took them to Pajut and they were killed. He doesn't have a file. Who now, the citizens of South Sudan, whose relatives were killed in Pajut, who was called by Bilfam, by SSPDF, to give you condolences that I have taken your son or your husband or your brother or your sister Pajut, and this person was killed in action. We as a state, we are accountable for his death and we pay you condolences. Let them contact the voice of Kush. Also, you will go and die without accountability. Nobody will account for you because they don't record you. They don't know how many people were killed in Pajut.
Without honor. Without honor.
Without honor. Without state honor. So you will just be you will just be a young Mabur dying for nothing. Because you will go and die undocumented. They don't even have the leave alone copy. Even the list of those people who were killed in Nasir. Whom have they called? One family to Kichol, Kuyinka condolences, a surgeon or a private chol ngadi ela no Pajut, ela no Nasir. And we are sorry, and we want to pay you. Because at all, why they don't do that? Because at all, in a military article, in the SPLA articles, that the state pays, even for a limb, for a bullet anymore, I pay. But because they want to escape responsibility, they don't document you. Because your family, if they call your family to body, no. Be in state burial. You see this failure. Your soldiers don't even have what we call cemetery for the heroes and heroines who die in action, who actually give their life in defense of the Constitution. You see now how these are the glaring failures. So if you as a person goes there and fight, you are simply donating yourself. You will die, nobody will connect, nobody will talk to your family. Nobody will honor your death because even they don't know you, they don't know whether they have taken you to the field or not. And one example, I can even number of cocaine, and then to make the matters worse, I can even the collective condolences to those who were killed, either by the CDF or by the president. They are supposed to show remorse that they have taken children of people to war. So they don't care. They take these people to war, they got killed or they don't get killed, they will not pay them. They will not honor them. So I would tell the Red Belt, I think community protect.
Achira na chilwel comment no honorable nya ku jalwel ben ko wa chiga oku ike ko ka kuma ila ba jaliu ila keran la tora kuma alwala ka to kuma
Ano anong story e kada ka ken wo ka kada system won bi wo ban e cha program ko ban one of the soldiers NHL is a Bible Nasser damana neka General Major about low play ba de ni chen kada tok we viewers iran kor bi ting ran story kan ka ba loy ba de both of course will be playing ka story chiraka a body guide Major on chen ke ka loy attack tang e ka loy le kar ko moy chok e bla mol 6 days ka mol on chen mol 6 days a chi moy no ra chi bla kalpin ka mol roki go moy no go dom ko tij ransom be tij be yen wo ka chir 5 million 50 million acha be tij
Wow.
pound well 500 million something like that. It's something to do with five wo ka chen ka parent ken acha ka be cholo or ko ken aga be lo pe ku jor moy no ra be juba acha lo le chok de ka mene jor moy no ren e go ru beli now roy because choka ken chen treatment chi yo chi moy no ro be juba aken hukuma aken treatment akelo ran che be treated or chuo be tap in ran a yerul ran leg state wes billion che yo ki churui go go tap in bela lo la jo now angel testimony gam ko le chi chok dik ku ye na jel koro ko ni ton ko wen ton ko wen le bien ko bien ho ya jela chan be na cha bi ko chok da je ber kierman terwar ikan kene testimony rana lo it's a Bible Nasser ku yene yaran General Major Dak ene on chinok tangik so eke karwa dia de ka kon ne in bi jalban in daner yak
neglect kadit yen kadi aba conclude yen ka ko ko yen injiran mien nya
injira lo miet
Oh, kata ada lura mi tok tangin titi
okay
host
inchi
kacang mi de che.
okay inchi good man
Ah yes, chatting. Esura ya nyu we. Aje ka ler ka tong ke chin chu wara. Ran ang chu wara ran chang sepinja. Pabla tore ya. Ya kuma kana wole foda.
yen an belui rapa bin wino ku janane ane ke daman dom tidien loyan to makam bien loy man
okay
ku ba du tidien loy ka chen loy cho yen ane kor ba quick summary di ba loy koi na question na ba ga jal pal we ba ga log answer ane ba answer comment but ke kar ba le bor wanang gunwom ke chol fried ku ego adira reta mo why confident igna da kira lewa cho ben juri yinde a chule to tong wo ga dira re chan ke chol de nga di pion dai war ka de maria den ko jilot o ko ji ben madina man o ber be tip e pe degrees ba jal ka ku jaga mai makam du amwan bo maria dia ki jam ai ko ten the kin tong ai juir wet ka tong ai che cho chu bul yong yen ben ku ber wo ka gwele nga kuma te di te ene bar wo ku cho ku rande ke wa jal yo lake aga thor tong le goli ke dia ba summarize yo ko ber gam bo ko kul e wa nyuot tigna de ki ro loy gel ku no man to dia ga ba wai wa ka cha ne jur ji tong de wir wa ken tong wir dia ga ri ka ko ki ya ngwa ya lu la ngwen ko nyu bu kon yo qua jor buru ti qua jor er wan ke rir ke chứ cái chol ke ko wa le ya ku ba ke mi ku ba ke kenya ku ba ke no ran chi la wi ke la to de den chen ka to leave ba ba lui fight another day kere nere chen wa ya ku ni ke wa no la ku chu jal man ya wa jo ku nyu pi ku bu tang da ja yu bu ja la wa la ni ke di ku man thio po pel wed rir wa nang ka ken ter ke mit ken ter ke nang yi na ku ma de ki ye na ai o de ria karande le kor ba ni ki ku chi ngai bu ka pa da ko du ko wa nim jo yu pel ke cho cái năng rồi thế năng có cái đó mà to international community out there ke very sad ku kene this is my message to all South Sudanese. There will be a ceasefire, there will be a peace, and you will not be a beneficiary, you will be a victim regardless of tono in tawana kuma ka tawana ayo ya ke in ya big ku ko ke weka au bela nyuch tarabenum ku ber ke mit ken ber ke bete ko war chi comedian chol roka chilo abuk mit ken la te ke we chiro no rim ke mit ko na pupi ber ke be du akumai kene ka en wai lwel nya wache jam ko wa nanga political affiliation wa jam wa mi bor ga chen man bor ber tieta mon tieta ben bela nyu tara beno ben kan chama jan bore chirom wa ane chi mi bor tu ajwar abi rom yong ya no ba chen position chokole chira be loy we ja ka kare bran ban de jala kor dal den pe ke che chan chi mi bor chi ga tu cho in ka missing ina wina wan we jalto yale jana we
And thank you, Honorable Nhial. In Baban, but summary law could be showed up because welcome.
All right, thank you very much, my brother.
la ba jala wina
Yeah, in Labaja.
okay
All right, thank you,
inja mo ana ba ni alwa
Awino,
ba ga wa
Inja Bamot Engineer Daniel, for a good summary, Jagam.
thank you
I would summarize it. The car Kichewa Jamnia. We panda, we took a joint, will who walk, watch a lot on our Kumai. KKIO can IG, Kikanika very well. Panda Gum. When I look dung, I look out on a board community. Who are doing at one neighbors for Kuma live. Cool Berin were a local Lena Labor and a Payok and a board king. Ba pinga bagale we gabulera yo don wo bor walk tel ga tong wa jin tong wonen we kulen ben mi agla ben ku la bor ka tira mo bu ko ka kuma ta ga jiu ta le ni ta ga jiu ka ci bitu bo bu la ko nya ba nga akuma bi nuer bu le tong de man ka mikra di destination di bor bi si sin ken to juba bi akuma jo kene e la bor e ke la juba let me tell you ajin ka tin ko le kwa cha pingon ci bañ baay ci lolu tonga doyde community star tarka aran ci ciow ci jal ben wonje ka ba jal bagel woni kira lolu ka ko ra daga ci bora ci galam you be careful in ko ci careful dogoro ci adom ke bo we kan antagonize bo wel nim ne bes kon ke jol ceng duwoni jiran e ko duito ke kirande ngege lewe ko tonga tonga kuma kana ayo ko ba jalwel tonga ngli dokurut wopi o tagim ke tonga jien ko we le issues ter gon jero lo chu le ne tonga iro tong alwel tonga mere chu man de wo wajien bda ye le lor ko jam nyar ko ke kulwel ke kul krin wer ben bai Pero bu ko ko ni tong jar ko tong jar tong nwe ngi jang mon bor jam na da ko jam tor ko nwe kir chol wo ko tong wir bu ko la nwe kana go gor kan nwe re chu e chu no pande e chu la no pande bo no panda kan ba gure bu la nwe yen feasible yen possible bu lo wo lo wir ku kul ken nwe ben ke bu ti panda bu ya le ka bu ti kan yen bu ti tong rande no ne kre bu kan kir det aya le ko ko war ti ga no a ti yo ka kuma na man che ke ja dul ke ko red bel ke chere bol ko ko apuke ko ja puke pan bo du apology na de ngran men bo to ke ban kale be kana le beti iran kin nyam bor kin na gai ka ya le te ki yi de bor dan kin nyam ai ti ko bor ko ja le mane ne ran ti chen any time mani media house ko ben contact ki cho le na nyal ma ja ba le ke ko bi pin ke yi ba le akuma herune aji ber lu chi ke lo che ga rio ko lu ga relative ke na chi ka tao ti ne ka myo je ke ko ka ko bi akuma gila kuma pia den ke choro le ka thor aji communities man cherio employment ko gudi cham aka relatives so mis innocent people why do they go and die for nothing wait you be careful do ro ja dom ke and channel Nhial Majak che very careful I can say this level well because I'm not very careful I can say this don't let yourself be cheated ade ngoni arrange na kuma beto Nhial ka kwa ndangen kule bila tit kwa che community chol bor because we ba dunga teri la ayo le cho kule du bor mia ka bo kwa kuma liu newe le by dom tanga kuma le du kunewe so can I annual can borajalo kirdi and that row I want to warn those people who are not Boer people who keep on reminding people of Boer about the atrocities that were committed against them. I want to warn you that Boer community is not cheap enough for you to antagonize them so that they fight a senseless war in the name of revenge. And Governor Riegai Cook, you are the one who killed the people of 1991, and the people of Boer are still nursing the wounds that you vehemently denied that nobody died. And you are in Boer. If you want people to revenge on Nuer, we are not going to revenge on innocent Nuer. The people of Boer can revenge on you. Because you are one of the people who killed the people in Boer in 1991. Because you are part of the SPLM or what you call Sim Nasser leadership that killed the people. Not the Nuer, it was Sim that killed the people of Boer. So we are not going to talk about the Nuer community. The responsibility is in the hand of the leadership of the Sim Nasser faction, of which you are one of them and you are living in Boer, and you were proudly telling the people of Thiik that you killed them. You were proudly telling the people of Boer you were coward enough that you ran too fast before I come to kill you. My friend, we know you. And if there is anybody who thinks that you have lost a relative that is dying, that died actually that time, and if you need to take a revenge, you will not kill his and where he will revenge on you for actually scratching the wounds of the scares that we have actually want to forget and leave it for the sake of the peace of this country. We people are both. But if you want a revenge, know very well it can come to you. The karma will come to you, not to innocent Nuer. My message to the IO, please do not buy the cheap politics of the propagandists that are saying the Nuer in Boer are in danger, or the Nuer or the Dinka Boer is going to fight against the Nuer. There is nothing like that. Please do not target the people of Boer. If you are facing any fight in the Boer areas, know very well it is the build-up troop of the SPLA, IG, or we call SPDF in the greater Boer areas. Not the citizens of Thiik, not the citizens of Twitch, not the citizens of Boer that are killing you. They have taken the bottle to the field or to the civilian areas so that anybody that is killed in that area can kill the citizens. So please be responsible enough in your operations. And please don't make the issues of 1991 and 2013 repeat themselves in this time, since you have actually defined your objective as a regime change. Please change it for the citizen. If you want to change the government, change it because you want to bring change for the citizen without regardless of the ethnic background. And I don't want my people to suffer again like they did. And I know very well this time you will be responsible. Last warning, as I've said, people like General Paul Nang, never repeat that issue again as an issue to galvanize the people of Bor area. And those innocent people, illiterates like Thiik Maya that have been abusing Bor community, we have, my friend, we have every reason to forgive you because you don't have any reason to talk about us. If, for instance, Salva Kiir Mayardit wasn't the president of this country, how can an illiterate person like you can talk about the state affairs, my brother? You would far be in the village, and if you come to town, you probably be working as a laborer. You will have nothing to do with the state affairs. So, like as you are telling people here, you want to divide the people of Bor or the people of the former Bor district, the sisterly communities of Bor, Twitch, and Duk, by telling the people the other time there, even the girls of Bor are not beautiful. The girls of Duk are beautiful, or the girls of Twitch are beautiful than the other girls. And then the last one are the girls of Dingabor. Who told you? We want you to rate our ladies. That is actually the way illiterate people think. You haven't asked people about the opinion about your mothers. You don't know that. What people think about your mothers and sisters. And you know very well an English saying, and I'll learn to little keeping. I will Mema go appear the manyin. Kwe man think appear the manyin. So what me bore? Merkwanka, Kunyra Gaikwan Kapia the Wanyin. Queen, in the morning, Kumora Pedinity. You can go feed about what they think about your mothers and sisters. So please keep your narrow-minded thinking that by saying in Korboko Bor Bagateki, you gotta go to you could do. You know what Bangam, Najaborki Gadang rebel, then your red bell Banya Badu tree. Please give it back. Then give my conclusion, Gama. Because these people will be responsible people. Achi state a Chile Pola Tingwa. So why responsible people? And we are not jealous about them. So you give it to them. So Akuma Dagaji you are catching. So my last words to summarize Awino, yes. I want to thank all the people for tuning in here. And this talk will not stop. Any media house that want to contact me to talk more about this, you are welcome to drop your inquiry through my handle in the Facebook, Nicholas Nhial, and I will talk to you. And I want to tell my people, please keep away from meddling into the state affairs. This fight is not about Bor, it's not about ethnic identity, it's not about the Dinka and the Nuer, it's all about the forces of the government and the forces of the IO. If the government is not able to protect itself, then there is no government. In absence of the government, the opposition is the government. And if the government is able to fight and protect, then we ask the government to be accountable for whatever they have done. And we are asking, before you think of putting the red belt into SSPDF, please compensate them, compensate the people of Bor. We want you to be accountable for this. And please pay the blood for those people who are nursing wound now in the prison, in the hospitals. Those who were traumatized. We need an apology as a community. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I have one question that I want you to clarify or talk about. Now the war is going on in Jonglei between the IO and SPDF, and we have seen what happened last year in Nasser. What can you tell the government not to repeat the same thing what happened in Nasser?
Yes, What happened in Nasser?
Like the bombardment,
Like the
that
bombardment, what happened? Because our government actually responsible. The government of South Sudan is not responsible because they would go and bomb the civilian areas. Like what they did in Nasser, and they have done it in Majak when they bombed the civilian hospital. I want to tell the government of the people to be responsible government. If you want to target the fighting forces, please don't target innocent women and children in their houses. You fight the rebel, but don't fight the communities. And we want the same thing not to be repeated in Jonglei State, either in rebel control areas or in the government control areas. Fight as a responsible government and be accountable for your mistakes.
Thank you, Honorable Nhial and Daniel, Engineer Daniel Riangamach, for accepting our call to be in this show. If we need you later, we will call you for another show. And thank you for this show tonight.
Thank you, Owino. You took later for your time. For everybody, Japan, that have tuned in, we thank you very much. And those people developing offline, and then I'm which are late.
We will definitely call you. Thank you.
God bless you all.
And we viewers ko audience ka boss of which we chuka leja red kichi we tune in tonight today this morning wherever you are ba oping e show in chiralo in yamantaya we chu leja red na kor ko Honorable Nhial ku jela koi kok or toyin kineran ku non ku dun kor masin dun balwel kilo ba contacted ka boss of which one on WhatsApp. You can send us message Queen Bombay to the show. We chugalej, we chugalora red, nagachiwa ben. Wabajala op, ku oben yok.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hey, and thank you, Honorable. Hey, and Joda Bajal Koitana, which are more, which are Laura Red, we call it Louis tune in tonight. The takeaway message, in a level, any Honorable Nhial near. Ye Luel na in Bopan Bor, somewhere, Kulel in Bopan Bor Bukun. This time, Kakalwel Bor into join, do chien, coin do chu kor. In a takeaway message, kuna man Bor. Korapan bor bala koin ki lao kor bala ne yenye hukuma chan babai bagel ki lao so in ke take away message ku ben yok. Thank you.